when I was with my girl, and just like I started to think more, and I was like, you know what, like I know sometimes there's this taboo for us men to sleep with so many women and this, which is cool, like to each his own. But I realized like I prefer just to have that connection with one person, because sex is a complex thing. You know what I mean? Imagine trying to feel, of course I can just take care of myself every time, but sex is so powerful, you know, like you said, it's helps to reproduce. So when I was in that notion, I was like, it's so complex in a way. So I'd rather just have that experience. And I really can do that with one person in my life, you know? So it's just very interesting how you were saying about that guy, like and it's like, when you're doing that and he's having sex maybe with different girls, sometimes it's a hidden way of like, you're just looking for that love. But if you don't put that love within yourself, then you just can keep searching for it externally.
Exactly. It's like your sessions. So everything we are looking for, we have to be able to provide with ourselves first. When you have that, you're content, you are full of joy, but nothing you're going to find outside. You can keep going and looking for, but it's never going to happen. Another day I was reading this, as a human beings, to be able to experience happiness every single day without doubt is like connecting with your purpose. However, when you connect with your purpose, you have to be able to every day to practice that thing. It makes you happy, whatever it is. You know, you can even say meditate, anything makes you happy. You have to be able to practice every single day, and then you have to fall in love for this boring thing, to the same thing every single day. This is the point. Oh, I missed the point. The point was, hold on.
That's right.
So.
But you were saying you have to fall in love with
that thing.
Okay.
You have to fall in love with that thing, with that purpose. So what happened is,
it's okay.
It's gone. It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gonna come back to me. But it was very interesting. Okay, let's come back. Let's move on.
So let me ask you, and it's similar to what I asked before, but in terms of for a woman right now who's watching this video, let's say maybe she's single or she has a man. What is a few practical ways for her to not only learn her body, but for her to get to that point to have an orgasm? Because like you said, like sometimes as a man, you know, you could have sex with a woman and then you're thinking it's you, maybe like you could be doing all the right things, but with the woman, it's like sex is so much in the mind. I think it's 80% in the mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, how can we have more women? Because like you said, a lot of women don't have orgasms, and that's crazy.
That's very crazy.
It's crazy.
Literally, it's like, since I become obsessed with this every day, like I get into these weird articles like women fake orgasm because we earn more money than our partners.
Really?
Yeah.
So a woman will fake an orgasm
because she earns more than
the partner.
Yeah.
So to make him feel
like a man.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I think when that is one of the articles, it really hit me like deep down in my heart. And it was like, I need to do something about it. Like, how is that possible? I was having those conversations about the orgasms and women pleasure, obviously with my friends, always being super open-minded about it. However, it was like, no, this is not possible. So I believe women, we need to, first of all, the feminine energy is the most powerful energy, even more than men, because if we're going to analyze what is happening in the feminine energy and the masculine energy is just dominant. It's like driven. It's move forward all the time.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought of starting a podcast? I know it's a scary thought at times. Where do I start? What equipment do I use? How do I produce a whole show? Maybe you're someone out there who loves yourself and loves the message in who you are and how you're spreading your unique gifts out to the world. But you just need a platform to do it on. You need a platform for people to be able to go and hear your unique and valuable story and how you're impacting people's lives. Well, here at the Rubasha Family Podcast, we're really proud to be able to use podcasting to change the world. We have been doing this and it has changed our life. For us to be able to market and be able to tell our stories of people around us and the way it's impacting and adding value to people's lives. You are that person. You have that gift. You have that talent. And that gift and talent needs to be seen. It needs to be heard. Your downfalls, your amazing moments, your business needs to reach more people. That is what we do here at the Rubasha Family Podcast. So for a select few, we can have you as a guest on our show. For me as the host to ask you questions about what you do. This is a skill, creating this content, being able to film, produce it. It is a valuable skill that we have learned and we want to utilize that to help as many people as possible. So you'd have me as your host, ask you questions, get to know you and your business and how to build up your personal brand. We're then able to market and repurpose content from the podcast on all platforms, including your network. So if you really want to be in touch, if you want to be a guest on our show and be able to use marketing material from this valuable podcast, from your valuable story out to more people, we have that available. If you need help and assistance in publishing and producing your own podcast and just don't know how to go about it, how to do it, and you need that assistance, we provide that service as well. Being able to fully produce, edit, and publish your podcast on all networks. And maybe you just need a consultation call, some help in order to, how can you go about this strategy? Strategic ways into thinking on how you can use your podcast as a funnel for your business. You could use the podcast as a funnel for your personal brand, for people to know the face, for people to know your amazing story. If just one person can be impacted from your story, that is what matters. This is something that 100, 200 years from now, your legacy will be remembered by. So the link in the bio, there is a form for you to fill out. Go out there, fill out the form, and we'll get you started on how we can help your personal brand today.
But however, the feminine energy is more receptive, it's creative, it's creation. It's very like soft and caring. But being soft and caring in this society is like weakness.
It's like what?
Weakness. Definitely is not. As a woman, we have the responsibility to always challenge this dominant energy, which is a masculine. So if we understand the power we have as a woman, we will be able to experience orgasms. But orgasm also represents just the ultimate goal in sex. And there is so much you can go before that. And obviously, I don't want to encourage people not to have it. Of course I do. Because it's something beautiful and it's like that release of energy is gonna bring you high level, literally high level of consciousness every time you achieve it. But you need to go and be able to dig down. Did I say it right? Yeah, dig down.
Dig down.
Dig down. Yeah, dig down into yourself. Because you have to understand where are your scars. You know, that things is traumatize you.
You have to understand your
experience, your life experience, your love experience, your partners. Why? One thing I always see, like regularly, is like why I ended up with the same toxic guys. Why I feel attracted to guys who are not emotionally available to me. So you have to be able to sit down with yourself and make questions. Because if you don't make questions, it's like you're never gonna be able to reflect into the situation. It's like you're gonna say, oh, I like this guy, so I go for it. No, you have to understand, analyze yourself. What are your values? What are the things are moving you to stay motivated in your life? What are the things it makes you feel happy? You can say, for example, if you go to Google, you will find a values list, the 100 values. You could say mine's, for example. Mine's are freedom, are independence, are money, ambitions, yeah, spirituality. That's my five values. Right. So my life is moved around this. So every decision I make is like, this thing is connected with spirituality? Yes, no. Not really. Okay, next. This thing is connected with spirituality? Yes. It's connected with money? Yes. It gives me freedom? It does. It gives me independence? as well. Respect my boundaries, because being independent is, I have clear boundaries. I know myself. It does. Okay, I move forward.
So if you were to meet a man, you look for those type of things. Is he spiritual?
If it's spiritual, is respect my space, because for me, it's important to spend time with myself in solitude. It's like this. For me, it's like I spend a lot of time with myself through the day to connect and recharge my energy. So if I date a guy who is 24/7 sending to me messages or asking me, hey, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? This and that. It's like, that's not good for me. Definitely, it's a big red flag. Maybe for someone else, it's like, oh, I need that in my life. Why do I need that? Because do I need attention? Because I haven't had attention from my previous partner? Because maybe my father didn't give me attention? There is so much going on in between your trauma and what happened in your past life. It's going to be reflected in today.
If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to click here, and I'm sure you're going to love that one.